Hi everyone, Bernard here, and I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to a collaboration today. We have both the Citizen channel and the Film and TV channel getting together. Last time I did this was for a film called The Keeper, of course, about a very famous City player, Bert Troutman. And this is another one. It's not about a City player. He does have, obviously, the only connection he's got with City is he's actually played against us and managed teams against us. But yeah, I was going to do a film and TV channel thing on it, so I thought, well, it's a football thing as well, because this is definitely something for football fans of all teams, not just City, but everybody. So we're going to have a look at something that's been out on digital for a little while. It's actually showing on FREEVIEW UK TV on Monday the 29th of March, yeah, BBC 2. So it's, of course, it's a little thing called Finding Jack Charlton. So we'll have a look at that today. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, whether it's the film or TV channel or the Citizen channel, whichever it is. Loads of stuff on there, loads of vlogs, different things. Probably split about 50-50 as many videos that are on there. So please join for either or both, whatever you want to do. That'd be fantastic. And if you want any followers or friends on Facebook and Twitter, a couple of links on screen there. I do check every 3 or 4 days and follow and friend everyone back. Of course, I post loads of stuff on Twitter and Facebook and various things, and I repost stuff for people, stuff like that. And please, all your comments are very welcome on this if you get to watch it or you've already seen it. As I say, it has been available on various sites up to now, but this is the first time it's been on free to view, if you like. So leave your comments on it, any thoughts on it, etc. And please, if you can't leave any comments today, just give us a little thumbs up, just show you that you like the thing. Yeah, so Finding Jack Charlton, it was classed as a 12 certificate. Not sure why it was a 12, to be honest with you. The DVD and the Blu-ray. I couldn't really think of anything in it. I mean, it's obviously some gritty stuff in it, but it's not too over the top. 97 minutes. And of course, a documentary film about the life of Jack Charlton, directed by Gabriel Clark and Pete Thomas. Yeah, it covers the managing career. This is basically what it does, of Charlton, who took over the Republic of Ireland, of course, national football team in 1986. I remember it well. We sort of had a soft spot for Ireland. Isn't it funny how I know now I wouldn't, yeah, even now I think I'd still want Republic of Ireland to do okay. I think most English fans do, even though obviously I don't think it's reciprocated, isn't it? Let's be honest about it. But I think most English fans always wanted the Republic of Ireland to do well, as opposed to perhaps, I used to want Scotland to do well, but perhaps not so much now. So that's probably died over the years. But yeah, we were quite chuffed for them in that time, weren't we? Certainly in 1986, there's nothing to be chuffed about with England, was there? So there you go. So yeah, it's his managing career as he takes over the Ireland national football team 86 and became one of the most beloved people in the country, of course. But obviously not initially, obviously. Although the film directors initially planned to make the film about Charlton's importance in Ireland and what happened over there, they realised upon visiting that Charlton's dementia, yeah, he suffered sadly from dementia as he obviously aged. He realised his dementia was too advanced to be able to speak about the past. So the filmmakers actually shifted focus to include Charlton's last years and the impact of dementia on him and his family. And on that point, it works very, very well. I mean, we'll talk about that in a moment. There's also other players and other celebrities featured. Certainly Paul McGrath's featured in it a lot as well. Very interesting information on him. Our own ex-player, Mr. Niall Quinn's in it as well. Andy Townsend features quite a lot as well. Yeah, Internet Movie Database. Obviously, there's only 3 reviews been left. I'll read them out to you because I think they're all quite correct in what they say. There's 75 scores been left on Internet Movie Database for this documentary, and it's scoring 8.1 out of 10, which, you know, I'm not going to argue with that. Kevin C. on the 28th of February 2021, he wrote, "Damn aging," he said. "Lovely documentary charting the World Cup winner and Ireland's adopted hero. The Italia 90 story is captivating and the dementia final curtain devastating." It is Cultural Fatwa on the 21st of December 2020, he wrote, "Just amazing. Yes, you could argue the subjects and times were almost an open goal, but that is exceptionally well done. It doesn't back off his dementia or the faults and failings of both Jack and the team, but also captures the time. Great editing and stringing together of a huge variety of source material. One of the weirdest things is where they combine the Romanian penalty shootout with Lancombe's version of the Wild Rover, much like David O'Leary taking the penalty. Shouldn't work, but it does. Yeah, I mean, it's the actual because of the situation with Jack Charlton and the dementia, etc. Obviously, they had to find a way of actually telling the story, and they do have a really clever way of doing it, which we'll talk about in a minute when I sum up the documentary itself. Dank Moore on the 20th of December 2020, he wrote amazing documentary. The word "amazing" is being used here. I'm not gonna argue with that. He wrote, I remember fondly as a child and teenager watching Ireland playing Italy and the USA. To see this kind of insight into not only the soccer side, but also how Ireland was struggling during these times was done superbly. Very insightful documentary and very touching. To see the effects of dementia on such an amazing, colourful character is very sad to see, but it's portrayed extremely well, and this film brings you through a great journey, a truly great tribute and story, very well told. Yeah, so all three of those reviews, I can't argue with any of the sentiments shared in there. I mean, yeah, I was looking at as kids on the park, we used to call Jack Charlton Giraffe Neck. I mean, very affectionately. We didn't mean it in a nasty way. And I just found my Esso Squelches. I don't know, to sort of give them free with petrol back in the day. Esso Squelches, and obviously they've got there'll be an image up on screen. We've got Jack Charlton, isn't it? The world's most famous giraffe, who quote us as the heading, obviously, on the picture, which will be on the screen, a better picture. But these little books with players in and stuff, like little facts and figures and stuff, these little squelches, and our own Franny Lee there, etc. But yeah, so we did call him. I do remember as a kid calling him Giraffe Neck, and it was, in fact, I look at Wikipedia, and he's only supposed to be 6'1.5", so he's not exactly that tall, was he? In theory, I mean, certainly, perhaps in those days men were smaller. I'm not too sure, but he seemed about 6'7" to me. I don't know about 6'1". Perhaps because he rolls so high for the headers. I'm not too sure. So yeah, we did call him Giraffe Neck on the park. Of course. I was lucky enough to see him play for Leeds against City, of course, in many matches. And as a manager, he visited Main Road, and we played teams like Middlesbrough that he managed, and Sheffield Wednesday. There's a couple of things there. That's from this Sheffield. That's his sort of manager's notes from a Sheffield Wednesday programme. That's the second leg of the 76 League Cup semi-final, so that's City's thing, that Big Jack. So that's like a compliment in itself, isn't it? And that was obviously his manager's notes when he was a Middlesbrough manager as well. I think he also managed Newcastle briefly as well. So yeah, that's for the actual documentary itself. I mean, yeah, it is an excellent mix of joy and sadness. I mean, it's very poignant, obviously, in parts, as we do relive his triumphs of '66 to his success with Ireland, obviously including a couple of World Cup qualifications and European qualifications. And then we do, but obviously the film is basically set around the later years, the sad later years, when this dementia sort of took a firm hold on Jack Charlton. I mean, so this becomes more than just a football film. I mean, there's connections obviously with heading the ball and dementia and stuff like this. All these things come into it. And it also explores the politics behind, obviously, the situation in Ireland and what happened in Ireland whilst Jack was there, while Jack was in charge of the national team. And it does sometimes touch on his troubled relationship as well, just a little bit of a troubled relationship. I don't think I'm overstating that, with his baby brother Bobby, obviously Bobby Charlton. That sort of went on, I think, till his last years, to be honest with you, obviously when he had the dementia. And also the confrontation, as you'd expect, between him and his players. He's a very plain speaking man, wasn't he, Jack Charlton? He called a spade, I think we used to say in the old days. I mean, don't mean anything by that, that's just an old saying. And yeah, players like O'Leary, David, that obviously didn't play for Ireland for about 3 years because he didn't want him in his team. So little things like that, and more significantly, his relationship with Paul McGrath, who was having a few problems at the time, as a footballer, with drink, etc. And it came over very well in this. There's a lot of interviews with Paul McGrath, and obviously flashbacks and confrontations they had between Jack Charlton and Paul McGrath. And sadly, of course, we also see the effects of dementia, obviously, as this progresses, with his wife there, obviously trying to cajole him and, you know, show him videos of stuff and certain things he can remember. But I mean, obviously, if you've ever been close to someone with dementia, it is very difficult. So this is not just for football fans, this documentary. It's just a great documentary on life. Very sad. Life and its highs and lows, really, which is what we're talking about here with Jack Charlton. I mean, uniquely, this is what I was hinting at early on. The actual family kept all his notes. He used to write little notes and things on pads. And they kept all these. So what they've actually done is make there was like a little column on the documentary, a 4-sided column, all these notes and stickers and all these things. And he'd written over the years all the things, his little sayings he'd written, that some of his own, but some is obviously nicked, you know, that I've heard before myself. His observations, his anecdotes, etc., etc. And all these little observations are actually woven into the story, into the documentary. So it's very, very cleverly done. So as a football fan, just as a person, just as a man, I mean, this is the sort of thing that obviously my good lady's not really into football, but she likes good life documentaries, and this is the sort of thing I would sincerely recommend to her. And it's such a good watch. And as I say, for football fans like us, obviously you can relive the Irish things in it, and just a lot of things in it that sort of resonate with football fans of whatever team, whatever nationality we are. So I think this is well worth a watch. I mean, Jack Charlton sadly died on the 10th of July 2020 from lymphoma. So may he rest in peace, obviously. Yeah, I usually give films, documentaries a rating, but I'm not going to do that with this. All I'm going to say with this is just don't miss it. Just watch it. If you've watched it already, watch it again. I mean, you probably know how good it is if you watched it before, but it is the sort of thing that some people miss, and it's a shame. It's the sort of thing when it did come out, I didn't watch straight away, and I wish I had watched it a bit earlier when it did come out back in November 2020, I think. And I sort of held off, but I did get round to watching it. It was absolutely fantastic. And I did that because I knew, obviously, it was going to be showing on FREEVIEW UK TV. It's on BBC 2 on Monday, the 29th of March. It possibly still be on iPlayer as well after that, but it is available to buy. You can get the DVD at $8.99 and the Blu-ray version at $14.99 from online, or obviously in certain stores as well across certainly across the UK. But obviously, if you're outside of the UK, check your territory, or as I say, you can also buy it online. So yeah, don't miss it. Don't miss this documentary. It's absolutely fantastic. All right, there's no mention of City in it. As a City fan, hey, Niall Quinn's in it, so there you go. That's got. And I think Mr. Phelan appears as well. Obviously, when it comes to the USA 1994, it's nice to see Terry Phelan popping up in the documentary as well. But what a fantastic! What a good. Just a plain spoke northeast bloke, you know, let's be honest about it. He's just, perhaps that's what resonated with the Irish guys, because obviously they're very, I don't know, it's a similar sort of hard life and background, isn't it? Let's be honest about it. So that's probably what sort of did there. But we do stick up for you. So if anyone's watching Ireland, you know, we do tend, I mean, we get a bad press, don't we, us English? But the ordinary English guy probably sort of still stick up for you. And I certainly do. Anyway, then again, with a name like Deneen, which has Irish links, I suppose I would do, wouldn't I? But hey, there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please don't miss it. Let me know what you think. And if you get to watch it, just leave us in the comments what you thought. But I thought this was absolutely superb. As I said, I won't rate it. I won't insult it by giving it a rating, but because you know me, I don't give anything 10 out of 10, so I'm not going to start now with this, but I don't want to insult it by giving it any less either, so I'll just leave it at that. I'll just put not applicable in this one and just say please don't miss it. If you're a football fan, or if you're just a fan of life, just please watch it. Brilliant. Anyway, thanks for watching. Whatever we're going to do with the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. So we meet here again on the Film and TV channel, or the Citizen channel, whichever one. Please, all I ever ask is please stay safe, everyone. Stay safe, Blues. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.